singers. In today's episode, we will be talking about long notes and how to practice yours. My name is Rina. I'm a vocal coach and the founder of Vocals on Stage. And in today's episode, we will look at long notes. Sometimes it is, we hear a long note and we think, oh, this is amazing. And then we do it ourselves and it's like awful, right? So the best way I find to practice long notes is really to practice first on your vocal freedom. If you think of a long note, it really shouldn't feel much different to a short note, but just extended, right? So when we sing, we typically tend to hold and extend certain notes, right? That's kind of one of the differences between speech and singing. And a good way to practice that is to repeat the note that you want to sustain 3 or 4 times, and then sustain it in exactly the same way or attack it in exactly the same way as you did with a short note. So to practice that, you can start, for example, just with a bubble exercise. So you take a straw. I'm aiming not to change anything when I sustain the note. So I'm like hitting the note 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th time when I sustain, I'm just leaving everything as relaxed as before, and I try to also not let anything collapse. Okay, so one more time. Now we'll try that on different syllables and try to approach it exactly the same way. Okay, so maybe let's start with the syllable B-A-H. You'll kind of feel that explosive sound or explosive feeling in the front of your mouth. Yeah? Yeah. So when you sustain a note, you don't want to add or decrease pressure. You don't want to go into or but I decreased my pressure here and my chord closure and just let go a little bit and soften it up. Or the opposite, I stretched it too much, right? I went in with too much. So we kind of want to keep it the way it was when we did the short notes. Same thing right here. Your turn. Hold it for as long as it feels comfortable. The airflow is another really, really important thing. You want to make sure that you support air throughout that whole note, right? Because that's really what's sustaining the note, what is keeping it from flipping down or from getting into your throat. And the other thing is that you also want to engage your soft palate. I think that's probably one of the few, or if not only, things in our body that should go up when we are singing. The soft palate is really the roof of the mouth and the back, that soft part, right? And it's a little bit hard to control it because we don't see it and it's hard to feel it. But one way to do it is to just kind of just do then you will kind of like feel it engaging. So when you sustain a note, you want to make sure that that doesn't collapse. Yeah, so you can use your hand just to kind of like have that motion of lifting up as you hold your note. Yeah, so let's try that with our hand. So I'm thinking open, that space opens up, tongue stays nice and comfortable and creates space. And that's how you can practice your long notes. Make sure it doesn't feel in your throat, make sure you exhale enough and engage your soft palate. See you on the next episode.